Good morning, young scholars. Welcome back. I guess to some of you, good afternoon. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. It is early this morning, and I'm checking in with you. Sorry, I couldn't be there in class with you today. I had some other personal business to take care of, but fortunately for you and for me, today's work is pretty straightforward. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let's get right down to business. Oh, and welcome to the beach office. That, again, thought it would be a little brighter, but it's early. You can hear we've got airplanes going overhead. It's going to be a beautiful day, young scholars. So, looking here in Schoology, posted just two things for you today. First one is the social justice essay, Steps and Directions. We're going to be going through this kind of a few chunks of slides at a time. And then today's assignment that actually will require you to do some work, which is called Putting Content Together, Writing a Counter Argument and Rebuttal. But first things first, let's take a look at these introductory slides for your social justice essay. Tomorrow, when I'm back, we can review all this stuff, but I just wanted to bring it up so your brain is constantly thinking. Make sure, number one, that you understand all the requirements, and pacing is key. Do not wait till the last minute on this project. That will not work out well for you. So, just taking a look at some of the important details. Your first final draft is going to be due on my mom's birthday, December 8th. You will post your paper and you're going to go through a peer evaluation process before you turn in your final draft on some Sunday, pardon me, December 12th. So again, we'll be looking through, evaluating, getting a little feedback from some peers. You will be turning this paper into turnitin.com, and this is a valuable assignment. Exit task, assessment category, high stakes, 120 or so points. So I expect your best work, young scholars. So, some of the important features. Excuse me as I drink a little coffee there. Sources. You are required to use a minimum of 8 sources. The class sources can count. We have read and watched 5 of them, uh, but we need 8. Remember those research leads. One source can grow into 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5. So remember those research leads. We're going to be working on some skills. One of the focus skills is using those academic templates, and another focus skill is addressing counter arguments with those academic templates. This paper must be in MLA format. We'll review that. And you must include a formal works cited page. We will review that as well. And as always, with MLA format, creative title. So, overview. Again, these slides, and you have access to all of them if you want to work ahead. They've got links embedded, all kinds of good stuff, but we're just going to go through. I recommend you go through these slides step by step. Do them in order. Don't get overwhelmed. 8 sources isn't that many because we've got plenty of time. So stay focused. Don't procrastinate. You'll do just fine. Remember the research process. Here we are getting started. First thing you should do is understand your assignment or your goal. Second, you want to identify a subject and topic. Tomorrow we'll be talking topic. You'll be picking topics tomorrow. So have that in mind. I'll be posting topic form, research question form coming at you tomorrow. And yes, after you've identified a topic, you're developing a guiding question or question, gathering sources, writing your paper, revising, all kinds of good stuff. We'll get to all that. So, your actual background context here is that social justice issues or issues of social injustice permeate our modern world. The sources we've discussed in class have all attempted to explain how and why people react to the distress of others, the way that we do, or why we don't react, and taking a look at the effects of those actions on the victims. So, step one, understand the prompt, familiarize the prompt. Your official prompt is right up here. Explain how and why humans make response choices when confronted with injustice of your specific topic, and take a look at the effects or outcomes of those response choices. You've got access to the working rubric here. Um, know how you're going to be assessed on this. That is important. Read over this prompt multiple times, write it in your own words, and that will be a useful thing to do to make sure that you understand it. Step two, pick a topic. Lots of topics here. Again, my example, I will be using the genocide in Sudan, also known as the Darfur genocide. So you need to pick your own topic. We've got a link here. Make sure that you pick a single focus. You don't want to pick more than one. And again, a huge list of potential topics that you could choose right here. Pick something that you are passionate about, interested in, and it will result in a better paper. So that's really all we're doing today. Step one, understand the topic. Step two, pick your topic. And we will review and go over all these things tomorrow. A little preview of step three is research questions. So that's where we're going next. So maybe start coming up with some questions. What do you need to know about your topic? You're going to have to develop a deep knowledge of this social justice issue. You need to become an expert, so you need to write some good research questions. We went through this process last time, so we should be familiar with it this time. All right, that's enough project talk for now. Let's take a look at putting content together, the counter argument and rebuttal writing. Little directions here. Go ahead and open up the directions. For this assignment, you're going to be creating your own Google document, doing work on that Google document. So what we're looking at here is multiple sources plus using academic templates equal greater sophistication in your research writing. Task number one, review the example of the counter argument and rebuttal that Ms. Chialela and I have provided for you. This is what you'll be working towards. So example, if you click here, boom, open that up. And we have a large detailed example. Academic templates in yellow. This example is broken up into two different parts. You can see the claim plus evidence here, counter argument with the template in yellow, and then some evidence here, rebuttal and evidence from two sources here. You want to give evidence for the other side because you are going to treat that counter argument fairly. Remember, you're going to give it some just due here. So you do want to give some evidence, but then when you give your rebuttal, when you crush that counter argument, you want to give evidence from multiple sources. So you've got it kind of broken down up here, claim, counter argument, rebuttal. And then down here, we've got it put all together into two paragraphs. This is how it might actually look in a research paper. Oh, and I just realized that we probably need to, should be new paragraph started right here. Sorry, made a little bit of an error there, but you can figure it out. So that's the example. Look over the example. Task two, review our sources. Elie Wiesels, The Perils of Indifference, Paul Bloom, The Dark Side of Empathy, Brian Resnick, A Psychologist Explains, Jenna Briner, Live Science. Don't forget our TED Talk on altruism as well. So gather your sources. They should be annotated. You should have notes. Task three, familiarize yourself with the selected templates that are helpful for this activity. You've got the link right here again to the counter argument and rebuttal templates. And then 4, this is where you actually do the work. Create your own Google Doc and write 2 paragraphs supporting the following provided claim. So down here, you got a claim. It's in green. You're going to copy and paste that claim into your own document and then follow the suggested formula that we've given you. So claim, you're going to keep this claim. You're going to add support evidence from Elie Wiesel's The Perils of Indifference. Then you are going to use the templates and you are going to write your own counter argument and rebuttal paragraph or paragraphs. You could either put both the counter argument and rebuttal into one paragraph, or you could go counter argument in its own paragraph, rebuttal in its own paragraph. What we recommend is that for your counter argument, you use the source Dark Side of Empathy and focus on Bloom's theory that empathy for the victims incites aggression. Notice how that argument kind of goes against what Elie Wiesel is saying. So use a template to introduce that counter argument. You've got them on the document. Then for your rebuttal, we recommend that you use one piece of evidence from A Psychologist Explains, Brian Resnick, and your second piece of evidence from Jenna Briner's Live Science, Human Suffering, Why We Care. And remember, using templates here to introduce your counter argument, and then using templates down here to introduce and write your rebuttal. And this should be 1 paragraph, 2, possibly 3 paragraphs, depending on how you choose to structure. Remember, this is still just practice. We're doing our best work using these templates, getting a little bit of practice with them. Have fun. Try some different templates. Try some things that you might not normally try in, say, your final draft of a paper. And as long as you're putting that effort, putting that thought, as long as you're writing cleanly and your writing makes sense, you should be just fine. So that's today's assignment. New Google Doc, 2 to 3 paragraph writing. We've provided you all the directions, everything you need to know right here. So, young scholars, that's your work for today. Sorry this video went a little bit long, but I hope that you have plenty of time to work. Please be kind to our sub today, and I will see you all when I return tomorrow for our last Friday before Thanksgiving break. Young scholars, have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.